Hello, this is my blog. The, the blog name title is The Collapse of Polaroid. Originally quite the opposite of a business failure case study, Polaroid had been an industry leader for decades. But a time came when it wasn't the trendsetter anymore. A lack of innovation led to its demise. This was due to misunderstanding of how to handle failure in business. Instant photography and Polaroid are interchangeable. These interchangeable terms these days. Yet the formerly successful company failed miserably when it faced its biggest adversary, the digital photography. For decades after World War II, Polaroid was the market leader in photography. It was so big that Polaroid became synonymous with instant photos. But even from its early beginnings, the company always focused on perfecting its technique, not so much on innovation. This lack of wisdom would contribute greatly to its downfall. Among other factors, it was a combination of improper conduct at the top, controversies, and failure to adapt to changing times that caused the bankruptcy of Polaroid. Polaroid was a victim of patent violations and poor company policy, just couldn't adapt fast enough. The business principles that kept them successful since founding in 1937 started to fail right around the year 2000. The reasons the Polaroid to fail is the failure to capitalize on its own research, over-reliance on one aspect of the business. At one point, Polaroid was making a massive 65% gross margin on instant film. It was clearly the main cog of their financial model. It set the economics of the company, and as a result, Polaroid's executives decided not to branch out. Even the founder, Edwin Land, did not want to invest more into electronics. Their whole focus was on instant film. This led to serious mismanagement of funds, including large investments in digital photography, R&D, that the company failed to capitalize on. Why did this happen? The executives got too caught up in one aspect of the company's business. They fixated on one idea that had proven fruitful for so long that they couldn't see the next best thing around the corner. All their research in digital photography didn't turn into much. The executives still believed that developments in photographic chemistry were the way of the future. This was a turning point, the beginning of the company's slide to the bottom. The takeaway here is that taking a chance on new technology doesn't mean abandoning existing technology. You can contribute to innovate while still maintaining your cash cow. But it's a bad move to invest in something without any real desire to capitalize on that investment. In the case of Polaroid, this was the company's decades of digital photography research. The business failure of Polavision made the company risk-averse. One of the most exciting products to come out of Polaroid was Polavision, a color home video system that took decades to develop. Unfortunately, by the time it hit the market in 1978, it wasn't that innovative anymore. They tried to be perfect instead of being first. The early days of digital photography were not very lucrative. Polaroid couldn't see a way to make it as profitable as its photographic chemistry branch. The lessons learned in Polaroid, there were two main reasons for the collapse of Polaroid: misguided business model and fear of being innovators in their field. Polaroid could have dominated today's market, given all their early research into digital photography. But the fear of failure took root in the company very early on. You can't be too fearful of business failure if you want to stay successful. Branching out innovating and reading the market are critically important skills. Thank you.